April 24, 2012 meeting of the Human Services Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Ansello? Here. Ms. Andrews? Here. Ms. Boyce? Here. Mr. Daniele? Here. Ms. Kaylee? Here. Mr. Lightfoot is excused. Mr. Michike? Here. Dr. Quattro? Here. Chairwoman Draw.
Is there anyone here signed up for public forum tonight?
There is not.
And no one present, not signed up, who would like to speak. So before we go to, the next item is the approval of minutes. You have before you the March 27, 2000 minutes, and they will stand approved unless the clerk is notified by any changes by the end of the day. And before we go to new business, you should have all received a memo from me, I believe. I hope that everyone got this this afternoon with the letters and the information from the public administrator, Frank Gavangelo and Robert Franklin from the Department of Human Services. I have found the information to be comprehensive and informative, and it has answered all of my questions and concerns on the protocol for the indigent burial program. So after the committee has time to review this information, I will ask the committee members to put any additional questions in writing to me through the administration. And then also, I would like to, at this time to mention that Kelly Reed and her staff have opened up the Financial Assistant Division, the TAMA, May meeting. So if any members of this committee or other legislators are interested in attending the next meeting, it's Thursday, May 17th from 3 to 4 p.m. in the Auditorium C at the Monroe Community Hospital. So if any legislators are interested in attending, please RSVP to Jamie in the majority office by May 10th. I will also have Jamie send a follow-up email to the members of the committee in the beginning of May. So now on to new business, Madam Clerk.
Referral 12-161, amend resolution 306.
Moved by Legislator Boyce.
About the invitation on May 17th. Can you just explain what that is?
The Medicaid.
And what is it a meeting of?
I'm sorry, finding out about the Financial Assistance Division May meeting, the May meeting.
Is there a particular reason why is that something we're typically invited to, or did someone make a request? I'm just not aware of what it
was mentioned by the chair by Kelly Reed last month at her presentation.
It was.
Okay, thank you.
We will be receiving an email on it.
Thank you. Also, I'd like to have an opportunity this evening to ask questions regarding the information we received today.
I think that I'm going to go back to new business.
Unfinished business.
As I said before, you received the information, and if you'd like to submit any questions on that in writing to me or through the committee to the administration, we will do so later.
Well, I'd like to ask them just orally this
Let's
evening,
go back to
as
new
I usually
business,
do.
please.
Thank you for ignoring me. I'll just ask them under unfinished business.
Referral 12-161, amend resolution.
Moved by Legislator Boyce, second by Legislator Ansello. Is there any discussion on this? Legislator Boyce.
Yes, through the chair. If I could just ask, with regards to the funding, I see that it is a reflected decrease of $31,122. Can you explain the decrease through the chair? That was, I guess, the 2011 funding, so I guess we're getting additional funding.
Through the chair, yes. This is an additional administrative allocation from the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance. It is a decrease over the 2010-2011 Home Energy Programs administrative allocation. There was a reduction in federal benefits made available to New York State, and that was passed down to the local districts this year.
And through the chair, how many households are served, if you have that information today, on a regular, like a year? Do you do it quarterly or monthly basis?
Through the chair, we do a monthly review. As of the end of March 2012, we issued a little over 75,000 benefits to Monroe County households through the HEAP program.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Legislator Kaylee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you, just another clarification on that. Is this like a zero budget? In other words, it's drawn down completely? Or does it overlap as funding comes in? In other words, does this, of the year that you receive the funding, is it usually zeroed out and spent completely?
Oh, through the chair, yes, for the last several years, we fully spent the administrative allocation from the state.
Thank you. And then about approximately when, in other words, does it make it through the heavy months, or is this zeroed out prior to heavier use times?
Through the chair, it is the administrative allocation, so it does not impact the benefits. We're obligated to issue the benefits to the eligible households, but we've been able to manage the administrative funding basically through the end of the benefit year every year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 12-162.
Moved by Legislator Michike, second by Legislator Daniele. Sorry about that. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries.
Referral
Next
12-163, acceptance
Moved
of a
by
grant.
Legislator Daniele, second by Legislator Quattro. Any discussion on this? Legislator Andrews.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you, I just want to confirm that this $280,000 of this grant that's going to the city is a $50,000 increase from previous year. Is that correct?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Thank you. I'm glad to see that. Where did that money come from, that additional revenue? Through the chair.
Through the chair, that money actually came from the Department of Health.
Through the chair, so then it came out of the Department of Health budget and you augmented the city allocation by $50,000?
That is correct, through the chair.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate the help.
Any, Legislator Boyce.
Through the chair, do you by chance have the statistics of success over the last, say, 5, 6 years for this program?
Through the chair, our more recent data for 2011, we don't have those right yet, and we expect to have those in about the next couple of weeks. And so when we have that information, we can share that with you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Is there any unfinished business to come before this committee? Legislator Andrews.
Thank you. I have a few questions following up on a memo received today from Mr. Helfer regarding the therapeutic foster care program from some questions I asked last month. I thank the administration for the information contained in the memo, but I have two additional questions. One is, what was the actual number of children who were in the program at Catholic Family Center and the Hillside Family of Agencies last year?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry that I don't have that information, but I'd be glad to provide that to Legislator Andrews.
Thank you.
Thank you. The other piece of information related to that would be the actual cost of the program for 2011. To the chair.
Madam Chair, we'll be glad to provide that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A couple other questions regarding the information that was provided on child care from last committee. Reviewing the numbers of the child care program under the facilitated enrollment grant for the months of October, November, and December of 2011, the number there was reduced to 0, and then starting in February it increased again back to 91, or a total of 154. Could I just get an explanation of why the numbers dropped down to 0 at the end of September? And then if the children that are back in the program in February of this year, are they the same children who were either cut out of it or dropped from the program in September of 2011?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, there's no one at the table that is prepared to address that particular program, but we will also provide that information to Legislator Andrews.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also through the chair, following up then on childcare, an additional inquiry would be to date, the averages for the average this year per month are much lower than last year's. We're at 7,100 for January, 7,034 for February, and 7,300 for March, which pale in comparison to the 9,000 or approximately 8,500, 8,800 from the previous months in 2011. So my question would be, why did we see such a drastic drop in the
Legislator,
number of children in
this is not
childcare?
unfinished business. Could you put your concerns in the form of a referral if you'd like them answered, and we'll
My question,
give administration.
a referral?
I'm sorry, if you could put them in the form of a letter in writing through me to the administration, and we will get the answers for you on that.
Chairwoman Draw, I just usually ask through you at the end of the meetings for information. Mr. Helfer is usually very capable in terms of understanding the question and then responding and writing to it.
I think if we just want to put this, if you'd like to put the rest of your questions in writing, I would appreciate that through the committee. Thank you.
My question is just why the number dropped. I think he got it. Is that sufficient, or do I need to reduce that to writing as well?
Do you have an answer to that, Mr. Helfer? Would you like it in writing?
Madam Chair, it would be helpful to have it in writing, just
Thank you.
because I don't have expertise in the first couple of items that were mentioned, just so I don't miss any
You could just
detail.
put
that
the
would be
entire
helpful.
thing in writing.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then lastly, I do have some questions regarding the burial policy information that we received today, which I had specifically requested the public administrator or someone who's able to answer questions be here this evening
And
for this very reason, so we could actually
Legislator
have this
Andrews, this is
conversation
not
now instead of
unfinished
deferring
business.
it to another. No,
This
it
is
is
not
unfinished business.
I will not continue with this. This is not unfinished business. You received the packet that we all received. In it, I had specifically said, after the committee has time to review these, put any additional questions in writing, it will go through the administration, to the administration, through me, and those questions will be answered.
Is there a rationale for
The
not being able to
rationale is
ask
that is
questions?
what I said. I'm the chairwoman of this committee.
I understand you're the chairwoman.
So
I'm
if
asking
there's
for an
any other,
explanation.
if there's any other unfinished business that refers to referrals, I will hear that now. Otherwise, being no
No,
further business.
Chairwoman Draw, respectfully, unfinished business does not have to be about referrals.
It is
It's
about
pending
referrals
issues, of which this qualifies
And
as
I'm
a
not
pending
gonna talk to-
issue.
There
And
being
I
no
fail to
further
understand at
business.
all why you continue
that
to do this.
April
It's
24th,
such a disservice to members of this
2012
community that
meeting
you
of the
shut
Human
down all
Services
conversation
Committee
about relevant
will stand
topics.
adjourned. Thank you. Next meeting is scheduled